Hello everybody, it's Carol with Refunction Crafts again, and today I'm going to bring you a pretty cool project. Now you guys will remember I made the round tin with the polka dot girl on the front edge of it, and I loved it so much I actually sold that already. But I wanted to do the other step, which I told you guys would work great, is to use one on the top of a flat box. So this is the box that I chose to alter. I have sprayed it white. I had actually put some decals on this at one point, but I didn't like the decal itself. I didn't feel like it suited this box. So I sprayed right over it. No problem. And I've got some goodies on the inside here. And then I'm gonna, not in this video today, I'm also going to do this small little white, this is just a cardboard box. This one's, actually this is the cardboard stuff too, I forgot. I was thinking it was wood. My friend Deanna sent me this box a long while back, and I've had the hardest time. I don't even want to let it go. But I have to start making things. I have to make decent sales right now, so I'm trying to get my shop all taken care of and ready to have shoppers come in. It's ready basically, but I need to get more stuff in my store, and hopefully with what I've got in there, I've got enough that people will enjoy or want to have, that I can make some sales there. This video, I'm hoping I can get you guys to please share it, give it a thumbs up, make your comments. I am asking everybody who watches this video if you would please at least give it the thumbs up, but your comments mean a lot to me. And I'm trying to use this as supplemental income, and when you guys do that, you know, along with the ads that are on the videos, I make additional money, and, you know, I'm working on trying to do that right now. Which sort of leads me to my next request. I'm going to ask you guys, please continue your prayers. I do value them immensely. I do believe in the power of prayer, and I believe in my prayer warriors out there. You guys are all my prayer warriors. And even if you're not one who prays, if you would just send well wishes and good vibes for me, I would appreciate that as well. I did get my report back, and unfortunately it's not great news. At this point, I don't know if I have cancer, but I need to have biopsies done on 5 spots that they found in the ultrasound that they said are very vascular and calcified, and they are very suspicious. So, yay! Now for me to figure out the insurance side of things, because that is something I don't have. So I'm going to start on Monday. I will be working feverishly on trying to figure out what to do, where to go, and all that good stuff. I know there's help out there, so I'm going to try not to worry too much. You know, for the first time in my life, I don't have health insurance, and wouldn't you know, that's when something like this would happen. I was praying and praying that I would make it until 65 when I got Medicare to have anything crazy go wrong, but you know what, God's got a plan, and you know what, this is part of his plan right now. So I am going to deal with it. I am fine, you guys. I'm handling everything just fine. And, you know, there's no need for me to panic too much right now, because I don't have a definitive answer on what is actually going on. So I stole this prayer box out of my things that were in my Etsy shop. I decided to keep this prayer box for myself. I have my little cards in there to add my prayers to, and this is not just for me. This is for all of my friends who need prayer and love and all of those good things. And so I did my first prayer, and I've got one in here for me, just a little one, but I also want you guys to pray for my friend Cecilia, her and her niece, I should say, for her niece. Her niece is 2 years old. She was hit by a car. She's in real bad shape in the hospital and has been in the hospital for some time now. And she's having many, many surgeries, reconstructive surgeries and things on her face and head. And her mama would love for all of us to be out there praying for her. Her name is Iris. And I would love it if you guys would pray for Iris and, you know, get your prayer warriors together. Whoever you've got, she's a beautiful little girl. And I hate to see this happening to someone so small and so innocent. But anyway, so if you guys would pray for Iris, I would greatly appreciate that. Cecilia would appreciate it as well. So please, please, please do that. More than for myself, I would like you guys to pray for her. So what I'm going to do, let's see. So anyway, so this is not in my shop anymore. This is going to be my little prayer box, and I'm going to start using it daily and writing down special prayers for special people. I've got a lot of people that I pray for every day, but I'm just going to write a couple of my prayers down on one of these cards each night. And that's not to say that those are the only prayers that I say at the end of the night, because I do have lots and lots of people who need prayer and support and all that good stuff. So I do pray for them daily. So anyway, I wanted to show you really quick. I got a few packages recently, but I got a special package from my friend Laurel, and I was so excited about it because there are some pieces in here. These are all old pieces that she inherited, and they are awesome. And I wanted to show you guys. She asked me to craft with these. Now, I'm going to tell you, I know for a fact that pieces like this is an enamel pin. And these are not cheap. They were not cheap when they were made back in the day, and they are not cheap now. Look at this cameo. It's beautiful. Just gorgeous. These belonged to a relative of hers, and they were left to her, and she just didn't have anything to do with them, so she sent them to me. This is a rose pin. Isn't that beautiful? And again, I believe this is enamel. I mean, it almost looks like a piece of ivory, so I'm not positive, but so I can't say. I've got that one. It's gorgeous. And she sent me these pins. Here's a pin, and that's some sort of gemstone in the middle. I'm not sure what it is because I haven't looked it up yet. Very beautiful, but you can see the ornate edging on that is so beautiful. It's just, these things were made with love back in those days. And then I've got these two beautiful rhinestone pins, and they're just small ones, and these will be used for sure. And then this is so super cool. Look at this. It's a stick pin. Isn't that gorgeous, you guys? I'm going to make something really cool with this, and it's got a mother of pearl handle. Isn't that gorgeous? And you can see the top of the pin there is very pretty. I mean, nothing was made back then that didn't have some sort of beautiful design in it. And then I got this one as well. And this is just a music note, and I thought that was super cool. My daughter is, somewhat of a musician, and I'm going to do something special for her with this one. She's not like, she didn't play in a band or anything, but she was in her school bands from junior high on up, both marching band and classical band. So she did it all. But she was a drummer. So yes, my daughter loves the drums. And so she used to just get out there and compete in the marching band. Her high school was one of the top schools for their marching band back in her day. And you know, so she went to all of the competitions, everything, and she just loved it. So I'm going to try and make something special for her with that music note. And then the rest of these will get used for different projects, but I just wanted to show them all to you guys and show you how beautiful and how sweet it was for Laurel to send these to me. She's a very, very sweet lady, and she actually, I'm here in California, and she actually lives in Los Angeles, so we're only about an hour and a half away from each other. So isn't that cool? We've never met each other personally, but I just think it's cool. She's actually my neighbor. So anyway, I just had to show you guys that. I thought that was the sweetest thing, and she said, you know, normally I would keep that sort of thing. She says, but whoever they originally came from, she didn't have sentimental ties to that person. So she felt like she just wanted to give it to somebody who would use it in a good way, because she would just keep it in her jewelry box and it would never be used. So thank you, Laurel. I appreciate it so much, and I can't wait to use them. So we've got our box here. I do have some more decals that I just bought, and I don't know if I'm going to use them on this or not. I haven't decided, because I do have some laces and things that I want to use on here too. So I don't want to, again, I don't want to busy it up too much. You see, I've got some beautiful lace appliques that I took out. These came from my friend Deanna too, the same lady that sent me the box, and it was on a, where did I put it? Right here. It was on a long piece, and there's a whole bunch of these little roses all the way down, and I just love it. And I've been looking for the perfect piece to use some of these on, and I kind of felt like maybe, just maybe, one of these would be great for that. I've also got this cream colored applique lace that I sort of cut up a little bit. This is absolutely gorgeous, and this came from Debbie over at Bird's Place. I love, love, love this lace. So my original thought was to use this, and I can maybe add some of the flowers in there, but this lace also has sequined flowers on it. So much pretty stuff. I have a bow. I have some pearls and just a couple of little things in here and some foam roses. And then I also took out some of my handmade roses, which you guys have seen these before. These are my handmade roses and peonies. So these are gorgeous. And then I have this, there's another one. And then I have this pretty white rose that I made a while back and haven't used. I just made this with some ruffle lace. And I took this cream colored rose out that I made quite some time ago, just in case. You never know what you might want to use. So, and of course I can't use all of this stuff. So my next thing is to choose what piece I'm going to use. Now I printed these bigger than the one was for the other tin, because this is a bigger box. So I'm trying to decide, do I want this one or do I want this one? And they're both gorgeous. But somehow I kind of feel like this one kind of goes a little bit better with this box. So, I mean, they're both so beautiful. I love this one. She's actually my favorite one, I think. But I think this one really does go better with this box. Although this one does have a white background. I didn't even notice that. This one's got more of a pink background. I don't know. Maybe this one is better. Let's see. You know what? I think we are going to go with that one. I think that's what we're going to do. I've got some other ones out that I've made as well. Of course, the smaller ones that I have. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach this to the box first. That is the very first thing I want to do. And I've got my B7000. Whoopsies. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go up, not right to the edge, but close to the edges of this with this, so that when I press it down, the glue will squeeze right to the edge, but I'm not using so much of this towards the edge that it's just going to all come oozing out. And then I'm going to kind of go all across the middle. And I love the way this B7000 comes out in this small spout. I love it. So there we go. I've got plenty of glue on there. And then I'm going to put my, wipe the top of this. I'm going to put my little needle back in there to close her up. Get some B7000, you guys, especially with the little spout that's on this. I will put a link to those on my description menu for you guys so that you can get one yourself, or get some, I should say. I bought a pack of 4 bottles, 4 tubes, when I bought mine, because I knew I will go through this kind of thing fast. So I knew that I would definitely use all of them. And of course, it's always cheaper when you buy stuff in bulk. So that's what I did. So we've got this right there attached to the box. We're going to give this maybe 10 or 15 minutes to dry. And then I will be right back. You guys don't have to wait 10 or 15 minutes, but I do. So I'll be right back. Got some glue that oozed out there, so we've got that off of there. It comes right off. Okay, be right back. Okay, you guys, I wanted to make sure also, I totally forgot, I wanted to show you guys. These are my 3D images that I stack them, and I put the thick foam double-sided tape in between each set, and I just put them all over all of them. But if you want to see how I did that, you can go back to my tin video, because I show you step by step how I put these together. And it's cool because if the light shines on them a specific way, you can see the shadows, and it's just very, very cool. It gives you that total 3D effect. So I really love it, and I love the way they turn out, and I'm having so much fun playing with these things, you guys. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to add resin to the top of this. And I think I'm going to try and keep the resin only on the image part of the box. So the bottom layer gets first coat. And then with this one, because it's flat, I can actually add resin to this top girl as well. so that I can get her started, you know. I don't have to wait to do it. And you guys, I'm sorry if my brain is a little bit mushy. I'm not going to not do my videos because of everything going on, but I'm a little bit sidetracked right now, so please forgive me if I get a little sidetracked on things, or if I get a little, I don't know, I tend to get a little confused when I'm thinking too much. I do a lot of thinking, and especially right now, I'm doing a lot of that. You know, it's funny all the things that kind of go through your mind when you have the possibility of the old C word. And you start thinking, okay, what do I need to do? What do I need to take care of? What do I need to make sure people know? You know, you start going through all of that stuff in your head, and it plays tricks with you if you do it too much. And that's why I'm trying really hard not to do too much of that. But sometimes I still, you know, it's natural. I still get sidetracked. I'm not perfect. I'm not, you know, a superhero. So I'm not trying to say that it doesn't bother me a little bit. It does. But at the same time, I am a person of faith. And I know God has his plan. And I'm going to go along with it. Whatever that plan may be, I'm going along with it. I'm here to go along for the ride. This is how's the song go? This is my temporary home. I believe that 100%. And imagine what the next home is going to be like. You know, oh my word, it's going to be so amazing. So that is why I'm not afraid for what may happen or may not, you know. And you guys, breast cancer is very treatable. You know, they can extend your life even if you have, you know, stage 4. Sometimes it's very treatable. They can give you more time. Now, for me, I don't want a lot of extra time if my time is going to be spent being sick and, oh, I want to get it on her. Being sick and all of that. I don't want that. That is not something that I would look forward to going through at all. So if someone says they can give me an extra 2 years, but you got to go through all this treatment and you're going to be sick for those 2 years. No, thank you. I won't take them. I won't go for it. Now, if they say I have a chance of not going through those things, then I would give it a try for sure. I want more time with my grandchildren. You know, I want time to get to know them and have them know me. Because at this point, some of my grandchildren would remember me, but there are other ones who would not. So, and that would make me sad. And I'm kind of going over the edge here with this, you guys, which is okay because I am going to be putting a border, a lace border around this. So this way I'm letting that resin kind of seal in this image, just like I did on the other tin. Only on the tin I went across the entire tin with the resin. And part of me kind of feels like, in a way, I wouldn't mind doing that on this box. See there, it ran and it went way over. That's okay. I can wipe that. So the box would probably look better. Let's just do it. Let's go for it. Just the top. We're just going to do it. And we'll just sweep it on out there. So anyway, you guys, for those of you who have faith like mine, let me know what you guys think about that stuff, you know. I'm always interested to see how other people feel about, you know, the whole aging thing. We don't want to age. We don't want to get old, and we don't want to die. Nobody wants to die, I don't think. I mean, very few people. I certainly don't. But I will tell you, the one thing I will do is I will change the way I'm doing some things today. If I'm given another chance, or if I'm going to be real sick, or I'm going to go through a lot of stuff, I will change a few things in my life in order to have better quality of life that is left. I hope to have, you know, at least another 20 years. That would be great, because then I know my grandchildren will know me, and we get to build on those relationships and stuff. But 2 of my grandchildren are only 3 years old, and we all know that as we get older, our memories don't quite go back that far. Most people's memories. Now, my daughter tells me she remembers things from being a baby, and that is crazy. I mean, I'm not saying my daughter's crazy, but it's, and the things that she has told me she remembers happened. I mean, they literally did happen that way. So, yeah, so she's got some extra stuff going on there that she's able to remember, you know, being, I mean, and I'm talking a tiny baby when she was not necessarily a newborn, but within her first year of life. So, yeah. First or second. It might have been in her first or second year of life, I think. But anyway, you know, when she told me she remembered certain things, I was like, oh my goodness, you're kidding me. And I didn't find this out until a few years ago. She was telling me about it, and I just was in awe that she had memory of that. Okay, now I'm just kind of going along these edges of the girl to try and get inside there and get to those foam pieces that are along the edge and get those resined in as well. And I feel like, and I'm also giving the resin time to soak into the paper. That's the one thing. Remember, I told you guys, the bubbles will start coming up. I can see the bubbles coming up, and those come up because the air is coming out of the paper because it was very dry. And so now the dryness is, I guess that's what causes those bubbles to come up, because it's soaking that resin in and pushing out the air. So that's just my take on it. I don't know that's for sure, but I would say that feels right. Now we're going to torch, and we're going to try and get rid of some of these bubbles, or all of them that we can see. And I can see them popping here. Especially on top of the girl. And I can see with my light, I can get in here and see some of the little bubbles that are still up there. So I'm going to sit for just a minute here. I'm going to look and see if any more pop up. Now on the box, it doesn't seem to be happening, and I think that's because the box is painted. Oops. But we don't want to hold our torch on top of the resin, you guys. Please don't hold your torch. Do like I'm doing it. Just a very small sweep. I actually touched it with my thing here accidentally. And I think I've got all those bubbles out. It doesn't seem to be lifting anymore. And we will put another layer of resin at least over the girl here. Maybe not this bottom layer, but the girl herself will probably get another layer of resin. Okay, and I'm gonna put my lamp on, and I'm literally, whoopsies, I need this out of there, and I need my brush out of there. I'm literally gonna hold this lamp right over the top of this. I got, and right here in this little box here, I have a handheld UV light that my friend Cecilia sent me, and Cecilia is the one with the granddaughter Iris that we are all praying for. She sent me a handheld. Now I've got one that Sherry sent me as well, but I have put it somewhere and I can't recall where I put it, and so that again is another reason why we should keep our craft rooms more organized, you guys. My craft room is not well organized right now, and a lot of that has come because of me being sort of, oh, my head's been in other places. I mean, I love my crafting and that helps keep my head out of those places, but at the same time, hold on, I want to push this down because it's starting to lift right there, and I don't want that to happen. Let me put down my brush here. Oh goodness. My plug, my, what do you call it? Surge protector fell down. Okay, so I'm going to take this shoe and I'm going to hold it down a little bit so I can get that to stay in place without rolling up. Actually, both of these shoes. And once I get this to where I know it's not going to drip, I will put it sort of on its side and let both of my lamps go to work on it. But I have to make sure none of this resin on here is going to drip or drain somehow. Oh, this is going to be so pretty, you guys. I mean, look, you can already see the shine on there. Isn't that gorgeous? So now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pop that up like that. Whoa! First, we're going to hook that. And I have a couple of drips that came over the edge. I'm not worried about those. So, they only came very, very short way down, and those are going to be covered with lace as well, so we're not worried about those. My cords got wrapped up a little. Oh my word, it is dripping. Ah, darn it. I wasn't even thinking about the fact that I've got resin on the inside there that I hadn't I hadn't cured yet because it was underneath the girl. So I'm just taking it, and it's still wet, so I'm just gonna get it off of there now while I can. And now I've got to figure out where to put things. Okay, let's get this off of here. And we'll just go ahead and leave the lamp sit there. And I'll get a new wipe. And we're going to put this lamp sort of around one side so we can get into that girl and get the inside cleaned up. And this, I'll just have to sand it and put another layer of resin over it. No big deal. It's fixable, you guys. Most things with resin are fixable. I mean, there are things that are not. You know, if you get something that you do and you've got bubbles galore on the inside of the resin, you either have to love those bubbles or throw it away, because you can't fix that. You can't get rid of those internal bubbles with resin. Not gonna happen. And then here's my little handheld that Cecilia sent me. She sent me tools, she sent me little holders, she sent me beads, all kinds of great stuff, some mica powders, and just pens, marking pens, everything. She sent me so many things. And this, I probably have to put a battery or two in it. Well, I'll have to work with this. I need to figure it out and see what I need to do. I think it needs a battery. Pretty sure. But yeah, that's my handheld. And these are fairly inexpensive on Amazon, you guys, if you want it. But these are good for when you're just putting a little bit of resin on something and you want to very quickly shine that UV light on it and get it so that whatever you're putting on there stays, so that you can do the rest of the project. Okay, now I'm going to get around to the other side here. There we go. That is quite a bummer that I did that. I'm kind of mad at myself a little bit for letting that happen. I just was not even thinking about the fact that the inside resin was gonna drip. Never even thought, it never even occurred to me. And here you can see I'm kind of peeling off a bit of the paint here too. There's no way I'm going to be able to get around that. So I'm not going to try and clip it up where that image is. This just is disappointing to me. Very disappointing. But you live and learn. This is the kind of things that you learn about, you know, the more you do resin work, you learn about the things that can go wrong. And that was a thing that went wrong. It's not the end of the world, though, you guys. Not at all. And I still want to get the top a little bit more, too. So, all right, you guys, I'm going to let you go for a little bit, and I'll be back. Okay, so I went ahead and I put more resin over this, and I actually gave up on this yesterday after that little incident. I was kind of annoyed with myself, and I thought, you know, it was best if I walked away from this for a little bit and come back to it. So it's next day, and you can see, if I shine the light on this right, I only added resin to the image section. I did add it to this bottom piece, and you can see I kind of went over the lines there. See that? Where you can see the line there. It's crooked, it's whatever. It's just where I allowed the resin to go over the edge of this. And the reason for that is I wanted to get the image secured down to the box the best way I knew how. And the best way I knew how was to get that resin to form one piece over the whole thing and go overflow onto the box itself. And you know, we do already have resin on the top layer of this box, but it's not going to matter because we're going to take this lace and we're going to go around the entire outside of this image. And what that's going to do for me is, number one, it's going to cover up part of that little boo-boo, but I'm going to be putting something there to cover that up the rest of the way. I didn't want to mess with it. I did put resin over it to kind of secure everything in place there, because remember, this is one of those cardboard type boxes, so I didn't want to mess with it too much and then totally destroy the whole box. There was no reason for that. So this is going to go around the entire edge of that image, and it's going to look beautiful. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to take some of my B7000, and I am going to run a bead of that right around the outside of the image here, just like this. And I'm also going to use hot glue, you guys. So the hot glue will stick it down right away. Of course, you guys know that. I'm always telling you. And the B7000 is going to be a permanent, make it a permanent fixture. So we're going to start, I think I'll start at the top here. And we're going to get that up. Oh, silly Carol. We do need our hot glue too. I forgot. This is how my brain's working right now, you guys. I'm so sorry that I'm a little out there right now, and I'm trying not to be, but it's hard. Okay, so we're just going to put a little bit of hot glue right there. We're going to stick that down. And we're going to put it out that far. It's going to go out a little farther on the top section than it needs to be on the rest of them, but I'm going to go ahead and make it that way all the way around. I'm not going to do too much of a section at one time, because look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I love this trim so much because it really does accentuate a project without being too crazy busy. So that's why I like it so much, and I use it often. And thankfully, I've had a few people send some of this to me recently. Debbie sent me some, Robin sent me some, I think Kareth sent me some. So I've got quite a bit, and there may be others too. I'm sorry if I missed your name. It's just my brain at work right now. But I want to thank all of you, because I can't get enough of this kind of trim. There's never too much of it. Let me tell you, I will use this stuff constantly if I have a lot of it. And you guys know I tend to be that person that when I'm running low on something, then I stop using it, because I'm afraid that something amazing will come along and I won't have it. I'm just cutting off this little stringy part right there. This piece, I want to see, it's going to kind of go over the other trim, but there will be something at the top up here kind of going over this. So I want to have enough over that it has plenty of stick to the other lace there that's already there. And that way I know it's really going to stick down well. So yeah, there's a little lump right there. That's okay. We're going to have lace going over the top of that in that section, so it's all right. Okay, so that's what that looks like, and I see I did go a little bit in right here, but that's okay. That's not going to be a problem because the lace is going to go over that section too, so it's all right. I got it pretty perfectly around in every other area, but right there. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do, I love this white lace because it matches the white that's on the box, because I was originally, remember, I was thinking about using this lace, but you can see, although this is gorgeous, this is one of my favorite laces. I just kind of felt like, I mean, that would be pretty too. Let me get the big piece of this. This would be very, very pretty too. It's just not white, it's off-white. That does look really pretty, you guys. I almost like the contrast. Oh boy. Oh, let's see. Let's pop this one down and see what we think. This one's beautiful too. It's got the pearls in it. And then this one's got a lot of sequins and beading in it. Oh gosh, you guys. And then I'm going to be adding, I think we're going to go ahead, we're going to go with the white. I just feel like that is where I want to take this, so we're going to go with the white. Okay, so I'm going to be using this for sure. I think that looks gorgeous right there, or I could even take this and kind of come around to the bottom. And that's very, very pretty because we've also got our other flowers that I want to use as well. And I mean, I can literally take this stuff and I can go almost all the way around it, and it really does look gorgeous. You can never have too much lace on a project, you know? I suppose you could, but not on something like this. This box is going to be absolutely gorgeous, you guys. Okay, so if I do that, I think that looks really beautiful. Or I could take this one and just kind of go up a little bit further and just have it come down to the corner there. I'm just trying to see how I want this to go, because I do want to see part of this as well. Whoopsies. It stuck to me. I just love these flowers on this lace. And I want to say I've got more of this in a box that I'm going to need to start cutting up and using for more things, because it really, look at how beautiful it is. I mean, it's just gorgeous. I want to get this right, you guys, so I want to make sure that I really, really think it through and get it exactly the way I want it. And then part of me thinks maybe this would be better coming from the bottom corner. like this. Get it under those shoes. Actually, maybe if we just leave this flower here and just use this one here. Like that. Pardon me, I don't like the way these leaves are looking right here, so we're going to cut those off. And honestly, I think I'm going to cut this little flower off as well. Sometimes you kind of have to pay attention to that stuff. And then maybe what I'll do, take it like that. That looks gorgeous. Oh my goodness. See, sometimes you just have to play around with something to make it actually be exactly what you want it to be. And then maybe adding some of these beautiful flowers will just kind of finish it up. And let's see. And then I have something else that I want to do for you guys. I want to show you, I'll show you in a second what I did. And this all came from an idea from my friend Kim that, oh my word, she sent me a picture of something she did and I thought, oh my gosh, I have to try that. And it's not something that I haven't tried before, but I think I just hadn't done it correctly. And looking at hers, I decided how I wanted to do it to see if it would look better. And oh my gosh, it did. And then I want to put a rosebud in there. I don't want to go too crazy with these flowers. So I want to make sure I'm just doing what I absolutely want to do to make it look pretty but not overwhelming. And I think that right there, maybe one more small rose over here, and I think that's gorgeous right there. I didn't use my foam flowers, and the only reason I didn't, because they are gorgeous, and actually, you know what? That goes beautiful in there. So let me find my foam flowers again. I'm going to grab a couple more of these and maybe, and I'm leaving the little mesh, mesh fabric on those too. I don't want that one there. I do like this pink one there ahead of these two rosebuds. Like that. I do like that. But maybe to put one right there. I've got one there, and I'm going to try and see if I want to do one more. I may or may not. Right there. Oh yeah, you guys, that is gorgeous. I'm super, super happy with the look of that. So now that I've got it sort of set up, hopefully you guys agree. I'm going to put those away. And I didn't put my, where did I put it? I dropped it in there and now I can't find it. Oh, here it is. I did have one of my cherry blossoms that I so badly wanted to put in here. But not just for the sake of putting it in. I can use this for something else. I'm going to leave that out just in case I decide to kind of rearrange a little bit and use that cherry blossom, because I do love it and it looks beautiful with the colors in this. So first things first, we're going to glue these two leaves down just so I know I put them in the right spot. And then this I can go with, I'm going to just do the big flower first, just like that. Get rid of the glue strings here. There we go. And then we'll start gluing these flowers on. That one's going right there. And I'm going to add these two rosebuds first. And I want that to go in that direction. So I'm going to put that there. And I'm going to put this flower in next. Kind of sideways. Tip it sideways, guys, because it's going to look better. It may not feel natural, but that's what you want to do. You want to tip them sideways so that they lay up against the other flower in a way that you would have like a bouquet sort of sitting. I think I'm going to put this flower right there instead of where I had it. Okay. And then we've got our little, I wonder if I should take off the little polka dot stuff on this. Maybe that's what's, yeah, I think I am going to take the mesh off of this. Just because I really like these with that on them. So I'm trying to leave it on when I use them. But I kind of feel like I need to take away some of the busy and just have that beautiful, beautiful white flower right there. And it is beautiful. Okay, and then I've got my cherry blossom, and I'm trying to see if I can find a spot that I might like to put that. I'm going to put it right there. Okay, so it'll just kind of pop right out there. There we go. Okay, so that corner looks amazing, right? I think it looks beautiful. Okay, so now we need to pop these off. We'll get this piece on first. And I pretty much know how it's going to sit on there. Just like that. And then I had, oh, I used it. That's right, okay. And then this one, let's see, how are we gonna do this? And then this one over here, I think. All right, or are we gonna go? Well, I still have to, I have to cover that, and I really feel like I like it covered with the lace, just like that. And I just want to decide, do I want that up there in that corner like that, or do I want to move this down and then sort of add our other flowers in the middle there. Kind of like that. That way it gives them some space to go into. So let's go ahead, put a decent amount of hot glue right there on this one. Okay. And pop that under there, and I'm gonna glue that leaf right over the top of that little spot right there. And that is gorgeous. So let's go ahead. Oh, you know what? I had one of these out for a reason. Oh, I have to put this one on there too. Whoopsies. So I made it through work last night, you guys. That was one thing. We are going to use this one. I don't even know why I picked that one up and put it away. We definitely are going to have this one. So I wanted one bigger flower up in this corner. And I don't know why I didn't. Oh, ouch, hot glue. I forgot. I put glue on this one. And then decided to wait on it. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, so this one, I'm going to have her sort of go like that. And this one, I'm going to cut off the mesh. And this one too. I'm sure it'll make Deanna happy to see that I'm using a lot of her stuff today. And I'm so excited too, because she always sends me the most beautiful things. And sometimes I just have so much stuff to choose from that I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't know which way to turn. And then I forget about some of the great things that I have to use. I think I might put that one right up there. That one needs to go there, so. I'm going to put her in sideways. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the bottom of that rosebud there. And then maybe really this one should go, no, I kind of like it up ahead of this one. So I don't have many of these tiny white ones here like this one. And then we've got this white. I don't know. Oh no, you guys. I think this one's going to go right here. I see a spot right there that needs a rose. And that'll be perfect there, but I need something a little smaller to go right there. And I've got, I don't think this is smaller. No, it definitely is not smaller. I love these flowers too. I love them all, you guys. I can't get enough roses to play with. I'm sorry, I'm digging down to the bottom of my box to see if there's any smaller flowers in here that I can use. The only thing I can see is these. Oh, here's one. This one's smaller. This one right here. And this should be about the perfect size. Right there. Yes. Because with these paper flowers, sometimes you can kind of bend them up and fit them into places where these are more beefy flowers, these white foam ones. So they're a little more beefy and harder to get into some spots. Okay, so that's what we've got there. Is that not gorgeous, you guys? Oh my goodness. Look at that. Okay, so next thing we're going to do, I did take this pink lace out just because I wanted to see. And this, I think, came off of something else. Somebody sent it to me in some Happy Mail. And I just wanted to see if that would look pretty around the edge of this. And it does. But originally I was going to use my other trim and kind of have it match that. And put that around the outside edge. I also have, this is really cute trim too. This is some heart trim. And this would be very cute around the edge of the box too. I like the little hearts hanging from it, like that. That's very cute. I would love to have something like this, only smaller, because this trim is so gorgeous. But I can't put that on the top. I could put this, let's see. I don't even think I could put it at the bottom of the base because it'll hang down. Yeah, that won't work. So we need to let that one go. Oh, and I did have these. But I think these are going to have to wait for another day, or maybe even put one of these on the inside of the box. That would be pretty. And then I also have, oh, let me go get it. Okay, so I did get some decals that I ordered. Gorgeous, gorgeous decals. I ordered them on Amazon. Those are too dark. But look at all the pretty, pretty flowers. Now these are all mostly smaller. And so they're going to be good for smaller boxes and things like that, which is why I got them. Or maybe even some of my night lights. I am going to do a night light with one of these, using some of these flowers. But the only one that I can see that would really work on the inside of this box is this one, and I still don't feel like it's big enough. So I have those, and then Da, 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 da. And Debbie, I sent you a link to these because I know you and your birds, and I just wanted you to see what size these are. And actually, I could put one of these birds on the inside. Look at these beautiful, beautiful decals. Oh my word, are they gorgeous. Kim, I'm going to send you one of the cardinals. Look at these bluebirds. Holy moly, are they gorgeous? The cardinals are gorgeous. Look at that. Oh my word. They're all just beautiful. I just can't even believe the gorgeousness of these birds. And I'm thinking, which one was I thinking of using here? Let's see. Maybe we'll go with this pretty pink bird here. They're so pretty, you guys. Oh my gosh, and I've got so many blue ones in there. Yay. You guys know I do work a bit with the blue stuff. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to lay this sort of on its side. And it's too bad that I already put those flowers on the box because it's not going to lay flat, but that's okay. As long as I work with it the right way, it'll be fine. I always cut the edge because these peel back so much easier. Now, the only thing I'm praying for is that this is not going to peel up the paint. I don't know if I spray painted the inside of this or not, but I believe I did. Okay, let's see. Where's that going to land? I have to look at it this way because I need to see where center is. And you know, wherever it drops is where it's going to stay, obviously. And it's not completely dead center, but that's all right. These decals here are very, very sticky. Once they're down, they're not going anywhere. So just so you guys know, and this is sort of a paperish background. It will sometimes bring up the paper of a background. So I'm going to try and be very careful with it. I was trying not to get it too stuck at the top so that I can peel it back easier. And if you have anything that starts to come up, just use your fingernail, or they come with the little sticks, although I'm not going to use it because I've got fingernails that will do the same thing. And right now I'm not letting go of this for nothing. It's going to stay in my hands so that it doesn't fold back down and stick down again. So, see, some of these leaves are coming up. That's okay. Just take your nail or your stick or whatever you're using and just go over it again. Just peel it right back down. Do that. And peel again. And if you lay the plastic down sort of on its side like I do, and I try to peel it back in a flat way, you're going to have better results. It's going to be easier to get it off. But you still will have parts of it that will stick, and you have to, you know, just fold it back down and press it down and keep on going. And there we go. I didn't peel up any of the backing. Look at that gorgeousness. Oh my goodness, it's beautiful. So there is that on the inside. I'm not sure what made me, oh, I guess I thought about it and I got excited. So there we go. So that's our little inside bird. I'm going to pull you guys back just a tad right now. so that you can see what we're doing. Okay, we don't need to have you quite that close right now. Okay, and then, oh, I know what I was going to do. This is what made me think about this. I think I'm going to try and put this somewhere. I've got a couple of cutoffs of these. These two are a little smaller, but what I could do is just kind of take them and put them off to the sides, or just use one of them and just put it in one corner. I'm not going to put it on the side with the bird though, because I don't want to cover her up with anything. And I need to bring it in so that it doesn't, so that it'll close okay. I don't know. No, you know what? I don't think I'm going to use that. I think I'm going to go a different way with that. I was thinking of one of those, but those are too puffy. I've got this beautiful flower, but nope. Okay, and I had been thinking about using these flowers, you guys, on the top, but they're just way too big. I wanted smaller flowers like what we've got on there, so I think this worked out perfectly. And one thing that I do want to do is, part of me is thinking that I should put, and I should have done this beforehand, I should put a layer of this along the back fold of this. So I'm going to just kind of lift this lace a little bit. And I do have glue on this side. Let's see, how much of this am I going to need? I'm going to put some glue right here so that when I cut it, it doesn't, and I'm using my what do you call it? I'm trying to say styrofoam, and I know I'm not saying the right word there. What is wrong with me? I'll think of it. Just let me have a minute here, guys. And this way, this is going to sit. Oh, let's use some of our B7000 as well on this. This section right here is going to be a little bit difficult to do because of all this lace. This was a mistake. So don't make the mistake that I did. And do this before you put anything else on the box. Just like that. There we go. Okay, and now let's get this and go all the way across. And I'm just kind of putting a wavy line on there. And then some hot glue. And I did put glue right here, so we're going to cut that off right there. And it's not going to fray because I put glue on the back side of it. And it looks like it might have a tiny bit of a fray on there, but that's just on the top side. So I'm going to take my torch and I'm just going to quickly go over that. This side's fine. I didn't push that back far enough. So I want this to kind of go over the curve. Just like that. There we go. I mean, if I wanted to, I could just go around the entire box top and put this around it, but I don't quite like that. I just want it right back here. And this is what I was going to show you guys. I resined a couple of the flowers that Debbie sent me. And look how pretty they turned out. They look like glass. Look at how gorgeous those are. I wanted to resin them to see if I could get them to look, you know, nice, and use them maybe inside of a resin project or something, or on the outside of something where I want the flowers to be hard and very resilient. And I think this one especially turned out gorgeous. Now, I got the idea from my friend Kim. She had made one and sent me a picture of it, and I loved it so much that I had to try it like immediately. Within 5 minutes, I was in my craft room and I was making one. So, thank you, Kim. I appreciate that little tip trick, and I have tried it before, but I've not done it correctly, and they've just not turned out. But I really do like the way those two turned out. So, thank you, Kim. So now if I put this around this edge, I think that's going to look really good. Let me try the hearts real quick. Well, the hearts are real pretty too. Oh, I've also got this, you guys. This might be actually the perfect trim for this. Let me throw that away. This may be the one. I love this trim so much. And it is always a nice little finishing trim. No, you know what, you guys? I think I'm just going to go with my original thought, and we're going to use this. So I'm just going to go around the outside of this. And I'm going to just go with my hot glue. Meet it up with that trim right there. Okay. And now we'll just finish going around the tin, or the tin, the box. So pretty. Okay, I need to figure out where I'm going to be cutting this and put some glue on it right there. And I'm going to go ahead and cut it. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm going to go all the way around the back. Oh, I'm so glad I didn't cut that. Yeah, I'm going to take it all the way around. Okay. And we'll put the glue right about there. What was that? So today is Sunday, you guys, and I'm sorry I didn't get this video done for you to watch today. But yesterday I honestly just, I lost my motivation right in the middle of it. I really did. And I just couldn't do it. So I am sorry for that, you guys. Just getting those results and everything just kind of made everything a little too real for me. And as the day went on, and I had to work last night too. You want to talk about tough? That was tough. There's this really sweet girl that I work with. She's like, I want to say she's 22. Very young. Very, very sweet. She is a very Christian girl, which you don't find a lot in this younger generation. But she is, and she just is always so concerned about everyone, and she asked me about, you know, my report and everything. She's married and all of that, and she has not been well her entire life almost. She's got an immune disease that she's been dealing with, and or autoimmune, I should say. And so I'm always praying for her. And when I started telling her, I was getting a little bit emotional. And then she got emotional, and I was like, oh no, I did not want that to happen. And she started to cry, and then I started to cry. And it was... It was not what I wanted to happen at all. But anyway, we got through it, and we got back to work and all of that good stuff. I'm going to tie a bow with this seam binding. I have just a small piece of this pink left, and it's going to go great with this box. So we are going to quickly make a bow. I know, I'm getting off track here, but we're going to do this anyway, so... Okay, so I've got 3 loops there. And I'm going to hold it in the center. I'm going to cut my seam binding at a decent spot here. And then I need a piece to tie around it. So we'll get to the middle. I need to buy me some of those teeny tiny rubber bands to use for this and have them sitting at my station at all times, because I'm always making bows, and that way I can just wrap a rubber band around it and then tie the ribbon around it for an additional tail if I want it, you know. But there we go, just a small bow. I didn't want anything too big or too crazy. Let me get this over to the middle a little bit better. There we go. Okay. And I want that to go right there. Isn't that pretty? Yes, it is pretty. So, I've got a good amount of glue there. We're going to just push it right in at the edge of those flowers and hold it down for a minute. And then I also want to take, let's see, I love using these pearly pieces as extra decorations. The beads, that would be pretty right in there. Oh, that looks good right there. I'm going to add this little piece in there. I rarely ever use these little buttons, but I need to start using them more because they do work well as a flat as a flat piece to add in somewhere that, you know, it's not all bulky and all that good stuff, or bad stuff, whatever you might call it. I got this too. No, we're not going to use that. Okay, I've got one more here. Maybe I should put this one right here. Or I'm going to put that next to the other one because it feels like that other one's getting lost in there. And we need more glue. Trying to hold on to it. And of course, I always stick my finger right in the glue. Okay. So I've got that in there. Okay, and then I'm looking to see, oh, here's some of my other beautiful, beautiful rhinestone trim. And I think I want to put a nice, pretty piece somewhere in here where it's really going to be seen. And I did buy some more of this, so I don't feel guilty using a nice piece like that. Or let's see, what else do I have here? I've got that. No. I need to figure out what to put in the middle of this. And probably what I will do is use a flower. I'm not going to use that one because it's one of my resined ones, but that would be pretty there. Let's see. I have this little butterfly, but that would take too much of the bow up. It needs something very small to go in the center of it, but it needs to be something roundish or just something small. And that doesn't fit in right. I've got one of those. And that's just a little sparkly bow. No, that's not what I want. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's put this down because I really do, well, you know what? Let me just look over here really quick and see if I want this to go, instead of there, towards the inside next to the girl. No, that's too much, too close, and it's cutting off part of the image. At least over here, it's not cutting off any images or anything like that. And I think that is a really good spot because you can really see it. It really shines brightly. And it really kind of finishes that whole thing off. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to put some glue right there. And I need to do this relatively quickly so that my glue doesn't dry before I get it down there. And I need some right under there. There we go. Okay, and now to fix this problem. Okay, so I think what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to grab a flower, a small flower. Let's see. Too big. Maybe just one of these little tiny white flowers, and I think this is the last one I have. I went through those rather quickly, but I only had I had 2 little things of them, of the white anyway. I have some cream colored ones, but they're too yellowy for this. If I had used the other lace, yes, they would have been perfect, but I did not. So we're going to put that pretty little white rose right in the middle of that pink bow. And this, I think I need to cut a little bit of it off. There we go. Look at that beauty. Just like that. And then for the inside, what I may do is I may turn this into a embellishment type box. I'm not sure. I may fill it with some goodies that somebody can use. But as soon as I get all of that part of it done, I will put it in my Etsy shop. I'm not going to say it will be in my Etsy shop prior to then, though. So once you see this video, it probably won't be there yet. But I have to figure out what I want to do with it first. So that's how I will kind of figure it all out. I feel like I need something on this corner. It's bothering me, you guys. It's bothering me. See, I was going to use this little bow on here initially. I was going to use that on it, but again, it's the cream colors instead of the whites. Just where the lace meets in these corners, I'm not thrilled about it. So I don't know. I'm not sure, you guys. I've got... That does not work. Okay. Well, I don't know. I may come up with something to put over here in this corner at some point before I take my pictures and stuff. But this is our box. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love making these 3D girls. And again, I've got my other ones that I will be doing some other smaller boxes with. And I'm just having a ball with these things. I did sell the round tin already. That was sold before the video even came out. So she was gone. So I do have a friend that when she sees me post things in Happy Bird's Glitter Nest, she almost always knows that it's possibly not in my shop yet, because I post those before I post my videos. And so if it's something she wants, she will get in touch with me and say, I have to have this, put it aside for me. So I will do that. She's been a dear, dear friend of mine for a long time. And so, yeah, I will do that for my friends. If you get in touch with me right away and you see something that you really, really want, just let me know ahead of time. Or if you're in Happy Bird's Glitter Nest and you see a post and you don't see it in my shop, you can always PM me. That looks pretty right there. You can always PM me and ask me. And if I still have it, I will hold it aside for you and I will or I will post it in my Etsy shop so that you can buy it. I sometimes just like to do PayPal because it's easier and less fees. So with that said, that is easier for me. So if it's not in my Etsy shop, I prefer PayPaling, but I will go the other route if that's what you need me to do. So, okay. So I think that is it, you guys. You know, I do love this heart stuff, and I'm wondering if I should take a piece of this and just go around through the center of this. Yes, absolutely, I have to do that. And I think I'm just going to go to this back edge and to this back edge here. And I am definitely going to put that on there. So let's do that real quick before we finish our video. Because I knew I definitely wanted to put some sort of decoration on the front of this as well. So I think I'm going to start up here because I want it to come up right to, right to the handle. I just want to get this in the right spot. Okay, so that's where it's going to start. Just like that. And right here I kind of took it up over that little metal piece that's in the middle there. Okay, so now let's get this side. So I'm supposed to work again tonight, you guys, and I am just starting to feel about like I did yesterday. I mean, I got through my shift, I guess, but it wasn't easy. And then back here, I think I am going to take, where did they go? Maybe I'll use one of these. That's too big. That's too big. Okay. Let's grab these little ones that we have here and see if I can find one just to kind of put a little image in the center there on that back side. Just something kind of pretty and soft, and that one's going the wrong way. That one's too tall. Like that would be perfect, but that's the only one I have like that that's going to be like big enough for certain things, or that one. I think we're just going to use this one here, and I'm just going to cut the flowers out. I'm not going to use the corner pieces, so we're just going to cut this out, going around the flowers. I think I'm really going to love using these flowers because they really are pretty. I want to use some for my magnets and my, like I said, my night lights. I think they will make some gorgeous, gorgeous night lights. So just like that. And I want it in the center there. Just like that. And that's all I can do. I am done. Once it's down, it's down. There's no turning back. Okay, so let's see if we can get it to lift without pulling the paint. Fingers crossed. Oh, look at that. It's coming right off. Awesome. There we go. So we just have a little bit of a decoration on that side of the box as well. Just feels like it needed something. Okay, so that's it, you guys. That's our gorgeous altered box. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was a fun one for me to do. Of course, they're all fun for me to do. I don't ever not enjoy making videos, or making projects, I should say. The video part sometimes can get hard because if you make a mistake, it's so frustrating. But I will usually keep my mistakes in so you guys can learn from them as well as me, because mistakes happen, right? We're not all perfect, and just because we make a little mistake doesn't mean we shouldn't put the video out. So there we go. Look at how beautiful that is. And I love the addition of this little piece here. It really made a difference. It looks really pretty. So that's our box. And then here is the inside, which the only thing I did put on the inside was our beautiful little bird. And it has the latch that works. It's actually a working latch. So, and then of course our girl is 3D, and I'm seeing here, I can see this double-sided tape on the inside here, and these are not even touching the top girl. So part of me, I think what I'm going to do is, I do think, because I want it to come down a little bit, I do think I am going to put some resin there, and I am going to pop that down, hold it, and try and get it resined together so that it's not pulling up so much right there, because it must have curled after yesterday, and the tape didn't get resin on it, so it didn't stay down. So that's my assumption. But I'm going to sit here and I'm going to try to fix the problem. But I will do that off screen, you guys. I'm just going to take a little bit of resin. I'm going to brush it in there, just like that. Get it so that it's touching both sides, and I'll just do a little section at a time. And then I'm also going to wipe what I just got on the top off, just like that. And then I'll take my light, I'll turn it on, and I'm just going to hold it down just like that with the light on it. I'm going to have to hold it down. What I should do is find something heavy to set on top of it. But for right now, I'm using my hand, and that's fine. And if I can get it to just start to really cure, then it'll stay in place and it'll cure together and we'll be good to go. The other side seems pretty fine. There might be a spot right here at the foot. You see that? Where I'm going to have to do the same thing. So anyway, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and I thank you for your time. I thank you for being here and for watching this video, and hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll try it yourself. Lots and lots of fun, you guys. Not as hard as it may appear to be. You may have to try a couple of times before you get it figured out, but once you get it figured out, you're good to go. You're going to be fine. So, I just think you should all try it, and you can see that's sitting down now, so I'm just going to lay my light over that and let it keep on going. So this is our beautiful, beautiful box. I hope you guys like it. God bless each and every one of you. Please, please, please give me those prayers. I greatly appreciate it, and stay safe, stay well, take care of yourself, number one, and your family. Love them, squeeze them, hug them, tell them you love them all the time. And God bless each and every one of you. I love you all. Stay tuned for pictures on the back end. Bye-bye.